Well, usually I ask a band that I'm interviewing to clap together to keep themselves in sync, but we're only doing one person. But we do need to sync, so
okay.
If you clap...
3, 2, 1.
But you are, of course, in a band.
I am in a band, yes.
But you're also a solo performer, so
yeah.
I like how you fluctuate between the two.
Yeah.
And I've done gigs with your band, and I've done gigs with you as a solo performer.
Mm-hmm.
Are you essentially a solo performer, or do you...
There's definitely a bit of a blurred line, and it's been a terrific learning curve. So I joined this band. It was a covers band, and we called it The Bucks two and a bit years ago. It was a covers band. We gigged all around New Zealand. That evolved into Donal and the Bucks, and then evolving into Dónal Gunning and the Bucks. So I would say Dónal Gunning and the Bucks is 100% a band. It's a rock band. Mm-hmm. It features myself, Jake, Mason, and Stan. And within that, everyone has, definitive roles and knows exactly what they're doing. And then as a solo performer, it's kind of caveated for my softer folk songs, I would say.
So you already had albums out under Dónal Gunning.
I had my EP, my debut EP, Born to Perform, came out last year. Yeah, right. And then I came when Donal and the Bucks was growing and evolving. I got the brainwave to why don't I streamline it through Dónal Gunning and keep it all together to make it the whole thing versatile. So that's really where we're at the moment.
Are you continuing to be a solo performer and to release EPs? You will be doing that, eh?
Yeah, 100%. So the EP that we put out last week, the week before last, Zero Bucks Given, is under Dónal Gunning, but it features Dónal Gunning and the Bucks as well. So
that's the band name.
Yeah,
that's
it,
cool.
100%.
Yeah, and so when you, because I think the first time I met you was actually about the artwork for the
Born to
EP.
Perform. I was looking for someone to help me out with the artwork at the time. So I had a photo of myself on a bike wearing a Boston Bruins goalkeeping NHL top on one of my favourite streets in Dublin.
Yeah. And the first thing I thought of is just like Morning Glory.
Yeah, Oasis. Yeah.
I was like,
I'm a massive fan. Yeah.
But unfortunately it's just a little bit too narrow, and it had to be square. Yeah. And so like AI dart and towards the end it sort of something's getting a little bit weird because this was over a year ago.
It was well over a year ago. I think it would have been early 2024. That's when the EP came out. It's a 3-track EP.
Right, so just on the edges you kind of see the AI slop sort of like starting to deteriorate. I don't know, like if you did have very different sort of like modes for when you were singer-songwriters in the band, it would be easy, but I feel like in your solo performance as a solo artist, I can see these becoming rock songs quite easily. You just embellish them. And then the same thing with the Dónal Gunning and the Bucks, or the Bucks. I can see them being stripped down. So how do you work out
what's to be?
Yeah,
I definitely when I'm writing, some songs will have more of a rock license and I'll be able to hear the drums. So with that, I'll be like, okay, this is a band song. But what I'd like to do is, I'm working on an album, a debut album, to release next year. I'd like that to be a mix of rock and my folk. So when we tour this live, there will be full front of the show. There was 30, 40, 50 minutes to be rock. Kind of what a lot of artists do. They'll come back on stage and they'll play the softer side, showcasing that they're diverse, and then they'll bring the rock band back on for a big finale. So nice. I think that's how... And the album will tell the story of starting strong with rock, stripping it back for more indie, more folk stuff, and then finishing with the rock finale. So I would say from the onset then, it depends on... When I'm writing on the electric guitar, the acoustic, I think the song by nature will come out as a singer-songwriter song. If I've got my distortion pedal on and I'm jamming on the bass, it's probably going to be a rock song.
Yeah. There's so many awesome songs, though, that start off acoustically. Like, I'm thinking, I don't know, like some of my favorite era of David Bowie, like you can really hear that acoustic guitar just in the background, but it turns into a real stomper. And then there's Oasis. A lot of songs started on acoustic, and then you just keep on piling up layers on top.
I met the Bucks I was out on a night out after a solo gig at the back of the Welsh Dragon, and I met American lad guitarist who was looking for a bass player to fill in for a gig he had Easter Saturday that weekend.
Right.
I was like, yeah, all good, sent me the set, chopped up, did the gig, and that's where I met Mike, who was the guitarist, American guitarist, and then I met Mason and Stan, who Stan Flat's here, and Mason, they both play in the Bucks at the moment. So that's how it all started from there. It did originate from a Moonbar jam. I think that's how Mike met the two lads. But
right. Yeah, I think that's probably the story. I'm probably
I don't think
confused.
I was there for that original meeting of the minds for the people that came to Bucks. I kind of joined. I was asked to join because someone pulled out for that weekend.
Right.
And then it ended up. I guess at that point I had a bit of a network around town in terms of sniffing out gigs and the right people to call. So then a lot of those responsibilities fell on me.
So the name The Bucks actually predates you joining it?
Not necessarily. I think it was called Mike and the something or others.
Oh, right.
I called it The Bucks because I called it after me and Stan's favourite Irish TV show called The Hardy Bucks.
So memories are like haunted places. And this place is full of old ghosts and skeletons.
Go on. Here, you gonna walk? Did you ever knock that thing off? Been on repeat for the last 3 hours.
What are you doing up there?
My head is lifting. Oh, you ignorant prick.
Sorry, man. Well, yes and no. I have a license to drive, man.
Right,
Cut
okay.
that in half, take the second half.
Right.
Then it worked out Bucks, the male deer, and there was an American football team called the Bucks. It was play on works, the Mighty Bucks. Yeah,
it works.
You know, I think it was good as a covers band. It was a good idea, but then as the project evolved, the name evolved as well.
So how long did it exist as a covers band? No.
The Bucks as a covers band went on for at least 8, 9. I would say a good year.
Right.
And we, at the time, we were for the most part a 3-piece. It was me, Mike, and Mason. Stan had left for personal reasons, and we gave ourselves a goal to get up to 70 or 80 cover songs that we could play transferably. Yeah, at one point we were gigging 3 times a week around town.
Far out.
Me and Mike were doing El Horno Thursday. I would do an Eva Biva Friday. Then we do JJ Murphy's on a Saturday. Then I might have something else on a Sunday.
Right.
We were busy, and we were I was living in Mason's flat, so we were next door. We were flatting, so the drum kit was in his room. Mike crashed in our couch most nights a week, and we just.
Wow.
Yeah,
working band.
Just worked at it hard.
Man, you would have gotten so tight,
cohesive. We definitely did. Definitely learned the importance of. Also learned that, albeit it's good to be cohesive and tight. I definitely learned my limits of. It's okay to say no. To learn to understand to say no, I actually can't practice tonight, or actually no, I just need my own space tonight, because flatting and being in a band with someone, it can be quite a lot.
Yeah.
So great life lessons in that. We lived in a flat above the Rogan Vagabond. Yeah.
Right, cool.
Wow. We used to transport the drums around in a shopping trolley.
Right, so on Garrett Street or off?
Garrett Street. Garrett Street.
Far out.
Yeah.
Right in town.
Yeah, right in town.
That would drive some people crazy.
No noise pollution ever.
Right.
Yeah, it was sweet as. There's a nice coffee factory at the back of my room, so I woke up to the smell of coffee every morning, which is good-ish, kind of, yeah.
And so that was a year in that situation?
I was about a year in that flat.
Right.
I felt as if we nearly plateaued on the cover scene, because there's only so much you can do, and we learned these 70 songs, and we turned around and said, okay, well, now what?
Yeah.
And then me and Mason started. I brought some songs over from Ireland to me, and I presented them to the lads. And at that point, Mike, the guitarist, was moving to Melbourne because his visa was up, and for a plethora of other reasons. So then me and Mason started jamming these originals. Mike started playing a little bit, but I think his head was, he was going to Melbourne anyway. So I think he was kind of set on that. But he played fantastically over them. And then we got Jake, who I knew from open mic nights, Jake Bergstrom from Bottom Bunk Club. So he pulled up, and then Stan rejoined, and then we were a 4-piece originals band.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which was cool.
So what songs were we talking? Like Thin Lizzy's?
We used to cover in the Bucks days. We used to do a lot of blues rock. Mike was a big blues rock fan. We did a lot of Thin Lizzy, a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan. We did some Beatles. We did some John Mayer. We did some love me, say that you.
Oh, Cardigans?
Yeah. We did some Gwen Stefani, no doubt.
Oh,
they
cool.
were great songs. And we still play Mason.
Really? Which songs are out?
I would still do I'm Just a Girl
Oh yeah, cool.
in
right.
the World. That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
great song.
It is a good song.
So-
Fuck it, yeah.
So me,
Ska.
yeah, no, good stuff. So me, Stan and Mason will still play covers gigs the odd time around town.
Right.
And we'll touch on it.
As what?
We do it as Dónal Gunning in the Bucks, but it's a cover show.
Right,
We don't
okay.
advertise it as an original show. It's more paid work, really. More, I think we would look at it. It's an opportunity. It's fun to play.
So there's actually 3 acts in a way, because you could be performing as Dónal Gunning, Dónal Gunning and the Bucks, Dónal Gunning and the Bucks cover
Covers,
band.
Yeah.
Right, interesting. And so when you started saying, right, we should actually start making our originals, how did you do that? Is there one person that, are you the singer-songwriter that brings the...
I had songs. Mason and Mike didn't, but Mason was keen to start working on some original material. Mike was already had his eyes set on Melbourne, so me and Mason started jamming on some of the songs, Give Me More and Satellite. I remember playing them in the old apartment, and then we played 1 or 2, and Mason was like, I like these, man. I was like, okay, that's really positive. And and then we wrote, when I was flatting with Mason, we wrote Year One, Oven, and started working on Insane as well. So we wrote the bones of the EP in there.
Right.
Or the new songs, the singles from the EP, where I basically have the song. I'll have kind of the lyrics, the main melody, the beginning, middle, and end for the most part, and then I'll have an idea rhythmically of what we should achieve, and then we'll have some back and forth between me and Mason, and then the guitars will just fill in on top.
Nice.
So that's kind of...
Yeah, it does sound... It's a very full sound.
Yeah.
You guys are all very proficient and tight.
Cheers.
And yeah, it's interesting with those covers songs that you're talking about. I don't always feel I can hear that much blues. I mean, the soloing maybe, but the songs are not very bluesy. I saw a post you made about your music being idols and Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, particularly for Gimme More. Yeah,
Right,
and
yeah,
distorted bass, and yeah, I love Queens of the Stone Age. I think Satellite has a bluesy element to it. I must say, a sort of an AC/DC feel. One of the songs off the EP, but
I feel that's more like rock and roll. You know?
yeah,
or
rock and roll,
AC/DC,
which
sort
is
of that
arguably
ring.
blues as well.
Yeah,
though, as well.
true.
So I think learning all those blues songs definitely gave me a good understanding of the fundamentals of songwriting as well.
Yeah.
Because it is.
But you don't have that 12-bar blues boring thing. I hear it in Led Zeppelin quite often. I love Led Zeppelin, but you know that thing, and it's just like, this is
It's predictable.
electric blues.
It's predictable.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, now you're going to go up to the A, and then back to the E, to the D, and then
what
back
are you
to the
gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Because it is predictable, and
Yeah.
everyone knows the next bit, and then we're going to do a solo. It's going to last
Yeah.
for 12 bars as well,
Yeah.
and then we'll be back for one more little
Very
riff.
jammable, I think. That's why a lot of bands
Yeah.
hone to it, and they can 12-bar blues can keep on going. The record gets longer. Oh,
Yeah.
look at us.
Yeah.
We did jam with some Lynyrd Skynyrd songs that Mike brought to us. There was one of them
cool.
called I Know a Little.
Oh, yeah.
It is bluesy, but it works in 3s rather than 4s, and that really threw us. That was a tough one to learn.
Right.
So we did some Zeppelin as well. Good Times, Bad Times.
Yeah.
That was always good.
I do hear like a little bit of American Southern rock, in you guys as well.
True.
A little bit,
Nice.
yeah. That's sort of the band. What happened before that? Obviously, you were very much into music before even immigrating to New Zealand.
I was 100%. So I would say even before I started the books and in a band, I was playing solo around New Zealand. I was heading up a lot of the Irish pubs, and I was doing a lot of singer-songwriter nights around the Welsh Dragon, all these type of places. But before I came to NZ, I was playing with a band in Dublin called the Macarons. That was like an indie punk band where I played bass and I sang. That was fun. And we put out a single not long before I moved to New Zealand. And I was playing in a covers band I lived in Portugal before I moved to New Zealand.
Oh, right,
I was kind of
cool.
back and forth between Portugal and Ireland. And I was playing guitar and singing in a duo band there called Siamese Beats. So I've been playing in bands, I'd say, on off most of my 20s and at high school. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
only this move to New Zealand I said to myself, I want to do this, and I think I can do this. And now I'm telling myself, I think I can keep doing this.
Yeah, definitely. No, you've proved that. So what about bass? How did you get into bass? Because...
So in the Macarons, the band I was in my mid-20s, I knew a kick-ass guitarist, I knew a kick-ass drummer, and I knew how to play the bass kinda, and then I just said, okay, I will be the bass player in this band and I will sing and play bass, and then got the hang of it. And now the bass is the one I gravitate every morning if I practice. Yeah, my music man Sterling.
Because I feel, this is probably a theory more than anything else, that people sing differently depending on what their instrument is. A keyboardist singer is going to sing on different beats, definitely, than a drummer singer, and guitarists and bassists. But you know, like when I'm thinking of, like, I don't know, Roger Waters, for example, like he's very staccato with his. Might be a bad example, but probably one of the more famous sort of bass singers. And I think they sing differently. Have you noticed any different with the instrument in front of you being less strummy and more plucky?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think a lot of my songs are very rhythm orientated. I won't come up with something airy fairy and be like, how does this work on? Like, I'll have a good solid understanding of what I want the drums to be doing, and that's probably because I'm a bass player, I'm a bassist. So, and then I can maybe hear a guitar part on top, and I'd say I write more strongly when it's intertwined with rhythm, and a lot of my songs are very like build, stop, present the idea. It's very hook orientated, which I think comes from a driving beat and a driving rhythm.
And there's parts of Dónal Gunning in the book's songs, they're very chant-like, trying to, I don't know, encourage people.
Crowd interaction. 100%. They're quite earwormy, the songs as well. There's something you can listen to when you're in your convertible, and there's something I think you can listen to when you're strutting down the street. So I always try and find a happy medium in that Venn diagram when I'm writing, to find something that I want to put out there, but yet other people want to hear. And I don't think it would you know that Venn diagram at school. You know? Yeah.
No, they're great. They're fun.
It's an aim of mine to find a happy medium.
So you gravitated towards bass because you could do it, but you've obviously been a guitarist.
I played guitar at school, high school, and I could play a little bit of bass there. But before I got into bass, I was a bit of a drummer for a while as well. So I kind of tried a few different things, and I played a little bit of piano growing up as well.
Probably useful to get the melody.
Definitely good to hit the bassist, but I played up to grade 2 or grade 3, and then I was 15, 16, my folks were like, right, pick something else. Guitar.
Man.
And then, so when I'm not playing the bass with the lads, I'm usually playing singer-songwriter. I'll be playing a steel string or acoustic electric guitar. Which is fun. But I would say when I'm writing on my Telecaster, my acoustic electric, I think the folk side of me comes out a bit more. I think it has to, because it's more of a stripped back sound, and it's, you know, kind of using the tools that you have.
And the song kind of writes itself a little bit based on the tool that you're using, you know. Do you use anything else to write songs? I mean, talking piano. Would you ever?
I really want to get back into the piano, because I'm listening to a lot of softer, soulful things at the moment, and I want to sit down in front of a piano with a lot of reverb and delay and just dick around with some chords and see if that sparks any inspiration. But mostly I would use the bass, or I would use guitar, and I would usually start. It would definitely be melody and lyrics for me. Or music and then lyrics.
There's this cool quote from Tom York about, don't always know how to use the equipment that well. And he's more experimental than you, but I guess what he's meaning is, if you completely figure out how to use the sampler or keyboard or synth or guitar or pedal, there's some magic lost, and you won't begin.
In your mistakes, there's the originality nearly, or the authenticity.
The germ of the idea is different when you are out of your comfort zone. You're like, I don't usually have this. My hands like this. Now they're like this. And now the reverb, I can play that note and this note, and that one's still reverbing. And it'd be a good way to get out of your comfort zone.
So that would be quite, I'd say, key then the next time I sit down with the banjo or whatever it is, start recording, because I could be, could be writing a symphony, you never know.
New Deftones just came out.
Yeah, I saw that. I really liked it. I listened to it.
I liked it as well.
I thought it was good. I thought there was some terrific backing vocals works on it. Sonically, I thought it was very clever. A lot of panning, and what they were doing production-wise was cool.
I am sure that the reason why they're still relevant is that in the interim between albums, there's been shoegaze has become this highly popular, maybe just in Wellington, or maybe it's just a worldwide thing, but certainly the Wellington scene, shoegaze is cool.
Yeah.
And Deftones, even though there's nu metal, and I mean nu metal's a bit, well, nu metal's having a resurgence, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, but they are very shoegazy, and those kind of chords they use, the nines and those hanging chords, and it's just this drift of distortion with very, very clear and unusual melodies over the top. But anyway, I was listening to a quote from Steph, the guitarist, and he says, like, the more notes you play, the less asses you have wiggling. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, you have more asses wiggling. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's what's the word? Is it a fancy word, a dichotomy or double-edged sword an artist will have? Do I showcase my passion / talent through a complex melody, or do I just showcase that I can write a bit of a banger? But I think it's nearly tougher to write a simple, catchy, hooky song, because people get caught in complexities.
Yeah, and it can put people off. I see something that you guys do live is that you will be playing, like, rhythmically, chant-like.
Yeah.
And there'll be this moment when you guys all do this fancy thing. You're like trying to transform, like go with a little Mason fill.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell was that? That wasn't just the drums. That was you all go do.
Yeah.
Highly practiced sort of thing.
Yeah. That's just I would say that's just repetition when we're practicing.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that probably filters into the showmanship of rock and roll that we're trying to display.
Yeah.
I think that in this nuanced world of multi-genre music, whether it's shoegaze, nu metal, psychedelic folk, whatever it is, that it's easy to forget the roots of a lot of these genres is in rock and roll. And I think we're going to see now with this country revival in America that we're going to see a resurgence of rock and roll. So I'd like to think we're torch-bearing that or leading the charge. And so that's why I guess when I think of a shoegaze band, I think of Eyes Down at the Floor or not as much showmanship or anything is, but then I try and think what we're doing is that we've got dudes with long hair who are rocking back and forth, who are interacting with the crowd, eyes up, and putting on a gig, but a show.
Yeah. Very confidently, looking people in the eye.
And you know,
because there's an awkwardness to shoegaze that I really dislike. It's like, do you want us to be here and stuff? I mean, obviously they do, but there's part of the myth. That those bands like My Bloody Valentine and stuff are trying to, and Ride and all that kind of stuff. It's just they're like, oh, we don't want to be famous. Just if you want
to work on our tones, man.
While being incredibly loud. It's like, yes, you do want people there. You don't want to play that loud to nobody. What are you talking about? And it's just a more of an honesty thing with rock. Is that it's like, we're here. We want to rock. We want you to dance. We want you to interact. We want you to have
fun, drink beer, go outside, smoke a cigarette, whatever it is you do, and forget where you are for an hour and a half. That's
and you guys do that so well.
Yeah. Cheers.
So that's the past. Really, like how you got the so you guys are on tour right now?
We are. Yeah,
busy.
I got back from Levin earlier today. We played a show at the Firebird Cafe, which went very well. We had a local band support us.
It's a nice venue.
It's a gorgeous venue. Yeah, it's really cool. I didn't know what to think when I pulled up, but I really enjoyed it. And
it's the only place in Levin, as far as I know.
It was good. Something I didn't see is that there was a big All Blacks game on last night, which I think might have sucked away some locals, but we had a great turnout. They were very receptive, and I think they'll have us back next year. So
nice, yeah.
We played there yesterday, and then on Friday night we played the Stomach. We played with Bad Schematics and an international band there that was sourced for us through the venue. So we had a busy enough weekend, positive, all relatively local as well. Like Parma's only 2 hours away. Levin is
so hard to organise a tour when it's in a row. Like if it's going out, like you're kind of coming back to headquarters.
Yeah, that's there's no issues there. I think. I don't know if you can do that really in New Zealand, to do a Monday to I don't know, maybe a Wednesday through to a Sunday across the lower North Island.
Yeah,
like where are you going to play on the Wednesday?
On Wednesday, it doesn't make sense.
Napier, you could play Wellington, but then
maybe, but
no one's going to pull off. Sorry, no offense.
So
where I don't know if you. So I think if you lived in the States or the UK, you could probably have to go to Bristol, go to Blackpool. I'm sure you'll find a venue on a Wednesday.
But Thursday through Saturday, those are the gig nights.
Yeah.
You know, Wednesdays, unless it's a one-off.
So then you've got 3 days, so you could do maybe Wellington Thursday, Napier Friday, I don't know, Topo Saturday. That to me is pretty,
Yeah.
that's pretty decent.
I remember, I didn't actually, oh no, actually I saw them on the Homecoming gig. It was the Bums and Cherry Punch.
Cool.
They did a nationwide tour, North Island tour. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how they managed it, I can't remember the dates, but I saw them when they came to Valhalla, like the very last one, and I think Cherry got sick actually, but anyway, they got Leopard Print Aunt, which is basically the singer guitarist from The After.
Oh yeah.
And that was cool. But I don't know how they managed that. But managed that they did, and it wasn't Thursday, Friday. They were like playing Tuesday somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
I don't know how you would do that. Yeah,
through the island and then ending in. But yeah, it's hard, right? So I think you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. It's very tough to just pack your bags and leave your other bands, your other responsibilities for 2-3 weeks. I think when everyone in our band is quite active in other projects, with various other life things that happen. So I think as for us to start, I think weekends is perfect. I think it works well. We are doing a good week in the South Island, which I think makes sense. So we're doing a Wednesday too, is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the South Island. So we're doing Picton, Christchurch, Timaru, Dunedin. That'll be a good stint. So I think you need to do that when you're in the South Island because you're getting the ferry over. So that we could navigate now. The Wednesday night would be interesting. We're playing at an Irish pub in Picton, Seamus's Irish Bar, but hey, you never know.
You can't go wrong with an Irish pub, man.
Yeah, and
there's always someone there.
Yeah. I gotta play to your advantages, right?
Yeah. No, but for everyone, they're always filled. I mean, and Welsh bars, good old Dragon. Yeah, something about those pubs, and this, God, they're so quaint. Yeah. They're so nice.
Warm, inviting.
Yeah, they know how to do it, and you compare it with a Kiwi pub, which is like sometimes like bloody hell,
be like,
do something.
Pokies just looking at you.
Yeah, horrible. So anyway, so the past, what are you doing now? So what's the future? So do you think you guys are gonna do more recording in the future?
100%. Yeah. We're very hungry to keep this going. We're just kicked off the EP tour that will conclude mid to late November. So that's 15 dates across New Zealand across spring, which is really exciting. We've submitted festival applications, so fingers crossed those will start to come through over the next few weeks.
Yeah, nice.
That'll hopefully tie us to early next year. Recording an album at the moment. The guts of it's nearly done. So in 2026, I will be set to release my debut album. So there'll be singles, and I'd like to do another tour. I'm going to do another tour in New Zealand, 14 dates. If it's up to me, I'd like to up that. But it depends on who's available and what we can do.
But that'll be just you.
That will be Dónal Gunning and the Bucks. Released under Dónal Gunning. That's the plan. So that's the model we'll run from here on.
Right. Okay, cool. So, cool. Okay, I get my head around it. So you've had an EP, just you. You've had an EP with the band.
Yeah, and we'll have a bit of both now in the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So, but all streamlined. Yeah.
And where did you record it?
Recorded at Music Planet in Wellington off Willis Street. Shout out Peter Jameson, who recorded and tracked it for us, and he kindly let me sit in on a few sessions as well, so I've learned by osmosis, which has been great.
Yeah. We recorded there as well.
I saw that. Yeah. It's a good room. It works. It works really well.
Yeah, nice kit, and he just some gear to use.
Yeah, no, sound.
Rather than a shitty old kit. I was going to say, I usually do this thing with bands, and I try to imagine if you had a big gig somewhere, where what is your dream venue to play, and your dream band to open for, living or dead?
Okay.
Yeah. So dream venue and dream band to open for.
I have this dream that I'll grow this project to a point where I can finance and work a tour that gets us all the way back home. For me, so
Right.
whether it's through Asia or it's through Europe or it's through Ireland, via I don't know via an investment or a label or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'd like to play a big stage at home, but with all the lads, hopefully with a larger fan base at home now. That would be a mini dream of mine. What venue? I'm not too sure. There's a stadium in Ireland called Croke Park. It holds about 80,000 people. That could be cool.
Dublin? Or?
Yeah, Dublin. Yeah, that could be fun. As far as more local venues here, I don't know, man. Like, kind of happy the way things are going. I've heard really good things about. Is it Powder? What's the,
Pewter?
no. What's the one up in Auckland? Power Station.
Oh, Power Station.
Yeah.
I played at the Power Station.
True.
What
was it like?
Great.
Yeah.
I saw, I see heaps of bands there. I saw Filter.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And Veruca Salt.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. She sings on an Everlong song.
Yeah. She does. Yeah. Well, that's what about them
photos.
falling out of.
Filter
and,
though. You wanna take my picture?
Yeah.
I
It was
love
that
tune.
I just got into rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I was given that album. It's such a weird sort of thing, but I think I knew them through Nine Inch Nails because it's an offshoot. Like Richard Patrick used to play Nine Inch Nails, and I was like, oh, he's just doing something else. It's nothing like Nine Inch Nails. It's really, really simple.
There's a good
rock.
example of a song that starts with an electric, with an acoustic.
Yeah.
And then comes the full rock.
And it has
ensemble.
has some shakers and stuff.
A
And
lot
it's
of
good.
additional percussive
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
It might not be real percussion actually. It's probably like electronic.
There's a dude on some sort of like djembe bongo thing when they play live as well. So,
but they played a great show. They played well. I mean, it's not guitar fireworks at all. There's no solos or whatever that I can really tell. But it was a good show. Veruca Salt were really good.
Class.
Louise Post mosh pitted, crowd surfed while doing a solo.
class.
It was
Very impressive.
And there was not a big gap as well. I think it was just before. This was like late 90s when I was real young, just getting into rock and roll. There was no gap. She just went off the stage and then
Came and hung out.
bro, it's just
Oh my god.
Do
Do you remember? Do you remember seeing any other big bands in the 90s that came to town? Like, did you ever see?
I saw Deftones. I've seen Queens of the Stone Age.
Class.
I've seen Muse. The
Muse are
Strokes.
awesome.
I met the Strokes.
Oh, true. How did you manage that?
They were just walking past a cafe and we were up on the balcony having a latte.
In Wellies.
No, in Auckland.
Oh, true.
And I knew that they were playing that day, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the Strokes!" Like, it was definitely different. There couldn't have been anyone but the Strokes.
Man.
And then I ran down and embarrassed myself. Yeah.
That's cool though, man.
Yeah. No, the Power Station's awesome.
Yeah,
It
I'd like
sounds
to
really
play
good.
I've yet to play San Fran, and I'd like to play there as well. I think that could be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that'd be good. But
It's hard. You know, this whole thing is just the bigger the place, the cooler it sounds, the harder to fill.
such is life.
Yeah.
You know, part of
Yeah.
the challenge. But I think it's part of. I think Wellington's good. There are enough venues to meet you at your level, if that makes sense. You're kind of kicking off, right? I'll book a weeknight at Moon. Okay, I'm kind of moving up. I'll see if I can suss something up. Valhalla. Okay, what else is next?
Yeah.
We've got
And it's nice to move them around because, even if you've
Underworld.
kind of
Underworld is now busy out as well, which is great to see. I think there's a bit of a gap between something like Underworld, Moon, and then you've got something like San Fran or Meow, because
That's a big difference.
That is a big jump, I think, for a lot of bands, whether you're getting to support that or trying to headline. So if there was something in the middle between what's Underworld, 200, 300, and then you've got San Fran, which is what's that? I don't know. What there's
It was
stark
at
difference
capacity last night during Phoenix
true.
Foundation because I left.
Oh, they're brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they were
album,
good.
Yeah.
They were good, but I came out to go to Meow from there, and they were like, "Oh, one's out, one can go in." I was like, "Oh shit, and I said, "Are you at capacity?" And they're like, "No, we can only let one person in legally now because you've just left." Yeah, but and another thing I asked bands.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that you were playing at that stadium.
Croke Park.
All right, and you found out one member from your band has got COVID and cannot perform, but you can get anyone, living or dead, to replace them. So, should we start with Mason?
Oh shit! Oh yeah. So we need.
And I'll tell you who I think.
Okay.
do it.
Okay. So we need a drummer. I would say. I think a lot of these for me are going to be Dave Grohl because instantly I just think I know.
Apart from lead, you could do.
He
Dave
can
Grohl.
play lead as well. I think.
Yeah, he's awesome. Have you heard Probot?
No, is that another band he has?
He's another. Well, it's a one-off album he did, and he plays everything, and it's dedicated to
play.
Yeah,
That's- yeah.
And he had. It's the only guests are the singers, and so he's got Lemmy. He's got Max from Sepultura.
True.
He's got.
Is that this Sound City project that he had from Reel to Reel?
That's another one.
Oh my god.
Probot's actually quite old. I think that's like 2000 and something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a record, and he plays everything, and it's metal.
I definitely haven't heard this, so you've got my week's listening sorted now. Nick.
Yeah,
Cheers,
check
bro.
it out. It's really cool. Oh, and I think well, that's why I thought he couldn't play lead, because the only guests on the album are the people playing solos and the people singing. He doesn't sing. He does the drums and the rhythm and the bass.
Yeah.
And it's rocks. It's really heavy.
Yeah. I love that first Foo Fighters album. I think it's all Dave Grohl.
That's my favorite
it's
one,
good,
man.
Ecstatic,
Oh shit! I forgot
Ecstatic.
to say fucking Foo Fighters. The first concert I ever went to was Foo Fighters
Class.
opening for Sonic Youth
Deadly.
And no-
Here in New Zealand.
in New Zealand, in Auckland. And I walked there from my house because we were like in Green Lane. I walked there with my friend and my older brothers, and they were all there for Sonic Youth. They were wearing Sonic Youth t-shirts, wearing.
Who's these Foo Fighters?
Yeah, and I was the only one there for Foo Fighters, and I just bought the Gun CD.
The self-titled first.
Yeah,
time.
and I was like,
every
no,
song's a
it's
banger,
good.
man. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And so this is the days of disposable cameras, because this is 90. Did it come out in 94? Mm-hmm. I think they actually came. I think actually it's recorded in 94.
They came out to 99 or something. Oh no, sorry, I should know.
But anyway, it was 96 that they actually came. It was like early 96 that they
I
were
would
there.
have loved to seen them at that stage.
Yeah.
Did they have
I must have been like super young. I don't know how. I think I needed my brother to go with me or something.
Were you able to buy your own piss at the venue?
Shit, no.
Okay.
Because there was a bar, but it was on a different level.
True. Do you remember if Will Goldsmith was drumming for them then? The Sunday
Yes.
they really
And
yeah.
Dave took over the drums at one point, and
Fuck.
yeah, he played drums, and everyone was like, Dave's gonna play drums. And then they just jammed for a bit, and he threw sticks into the audience. But the coolest thing that ever happened during that gig is that disposable camera days. Someone threw a disposable camera at Dave Grohl. He hacky kicks it with his foot in the middle of a song. It flashes, goes back in the mosh.
And probably took a photo of it in the meantime as well.
It's probably just a blur, but anyway, it looked fucking cool. And
I'd love to see that
And there was
photo.
no phones. No one had any
It's just like,
phones.
bing.
No one had any phones. It was just lost, and that's just in my memory. It was really cool. But yeah, it was with William on drums.
True, yeah. Sunny Day Real Estate are a great band. So that was the band that Will and Nathan Mendel were from as well.
Yeah. Yeah, my band just said that our new song is just a rip-off of them. I was like, really? It's like, yeah, it's a rip-off of Real Estate. It's cool, we'll do it, but just so you know, it's a it's a rip-off.
Are they grungy, Seattle? They're kind of like...
They're kind of mid...
Sad boy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Running,
Yeah, it's yearny.
Yeah.
And they have like kind of Midwest vibes. I like them, from what I heard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. So who's replacing Mason?
Let's just say Dave Grohl on drums, and I'll only say him for one person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Keith Moon.
Keith Moon. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a bit of an animal. I mean, it's like... he reminded me of, I don't know his name, but the drummer from Blind Melon. And
I was listening to No Rain a couple of days ago. That's a gorgeous song.
Yeah.
Again, acoustic intro with them.
Yeah. And I think that was the first time I met Mason. I got him up on stage and I said, like, you remind me of the drummer from Blind Melon. And he was like, oh, I like Blind Melon.
That's awesome.
Just because he's not... Actually, maybe I should not say Keith Moon. Because he's not really an animal. Mm-hmm. I mean, a Muppet animal. He's not really like... He's quite tasteful, actually, so maybe I should say that guy.
Yeah.
But you're saying Dave Grohl.
Right, I'm saying Dave Grohl. I think that would work well. And I'd probably just want the opportunity to play with him.
Good Dave Grohl, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about Stan?
For Stan, so for electric guitar or for lead guitar, Randy Rhoads springs to mind.
Oh,
Who's probably got a similar style to Stan as well, but just compare and take notes. And see how that goes.
I was going to say Paul Gilbert would probably...
Paul Gilbert.
Yeah. He's a shredder. Yeah.
What band is he in, sorry?
He was in X Racer, some stupid thing, and then he went on a solo thing, and he's just been a G3 sort of virtuoso guitar soloist, because he stands pretty good.
Yeah, it's shreddy, shred.
What are we going to do for rhythm?
for Jake. Again, I think of someone who emulates his style. I would like to have Billy Joel sub in from Green Day because he plays those power chords and he pops really hard. And then Jake is also from California, so there would be.
Oh right, yeah.
You know,
but he sometimes does leads as well.
Yeah. I like to balance the solos as well, so they can both. So Losing Weight, that's Jake's solo.
Oh right, yeah.
For Your One, that's Stan's solo.
Right. Because he's more stands more flashy and fast. But sometimes
Stan's quite. He's got but Jake is quite tasteful as well. But Jake's good use of filter wah, which I really like, and then he's got a good understanding of tone, and then he's got a good understanding of less is more, where Stan is more is less. Sometimes nearly too fucking much.
Yeah.
But Stan has that can lean into that virtuoso, shreddy sort of. Yeah.
It's good to open it for a while. Like it's like, okay, the next 4 bars are yours. Fucking go for it. Yeah. But when the 4 bars are finished,
dial it back.
Come on.
No.
So, and an interesting question: what would happen, anyone living or dead, to replace you?
I would say Mikey Shue from. I'm just naming bands that I like.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm a massive Queens of the Stone Age fan, similar to yourself. So I would like their bassist Mikey Shue. They came to Wellington. Were you at that show recently?
No, I wish. No.
Yeah. Mike, their bassist performance blew me away. He came out in this massive green blazer. He played everything note for note. His backing vocals were insane. He was just this animal on stage. I was more fixated on him than Josh Homme, which was funny.
And Josh doesn't really move around.
Not a whole lot. He's pretty anchored to the microphone. But someone said this to me, mate. It was actually Thomas from the Bums, that in Queens of the Stone Age is so unique because they're all individually their own rock star surrounded by others. Whereas I think in the Foo Fighters it's Dave's band, and he's got XYZ around him.
People find it hard to like Nate. Who? Nate.
Yeah, Nate Mendel. Yeah.
Come on, he's an awesome bassist. Can you hear that bass line? It's like, who cares? Yeah. I guess Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah, Taylor who played with Alanis Morissette, and you got Pat Smear for the Germs, and then Chris Shiflett he was from Rat Pack. But I think Dave's larger than life personality kind of accidentally towers over them. Versus I think Josh Homme he's there as a rock star. You've got you had Nick Olivieri who got kicked out, but you've got Mikey.
But that's who I saw them with him.
Yeah, he's a terrific vocalist. Does a lot of fry vocals on the Songs for the Deaf album as well. And I didn't realise how generous Josh was with sharing vocal lines because they had Mark Lanigan as well. So they were
lots
a bit
of them
of
Mark Lanigan.
A collective, I would say, of desert rockers. But they've had a lot of rotating members as well. But I think their current lineup kicks fucking ass.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, I think they're definitely them, Foo Fighters.
There's something like 4 songs on Lullabies to Paralyze that Mark sings lead. So it's just like, well, you can't play those songs anymore because he's dead. Yeah. So what are you gonna do? And it wouldn't sound good with Josh on that.
No, it wouldn't.
So yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, cool, sweet. We got it sorted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you an interesting story about when I saw Queens, but it doesn't relate to this. So, when are you next playing?
I am next playing in Wellington, Friday, November 7th at Underworld Tavern at Dónal Gunning in the Books. That is our local headline show of the Zero Books Given Tour. That's a big one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah. So that's the main one to look out for us. And next weekend, our next date on the tour is Friday, the 12th of September, up at the Paisley Stage in Napier. So we're buzzing for that.
It's a very nice sounding place.
Great, yeah, nice, love a good carpeted venue, eh? Mm-hmm. Nice bohemian lava lamp feel.
Yeah. Chaise-longue.
Yeah. I heard that venue is moving soon as well. So it would be good to get another one in there. I'm not too sure what the story is, where it's going, or if they are going.
Or if they're going. So that'd be shame. Yeah, well then, that's one to check out. Yeah.
License to trash the green room.
I want more, so give me more.